Podcast, episode 80. Damn, we moving along, yo. God damn, I didn't even realize how much we got, yo. But I'm here with another special episode, man. 30, man. What's going on, bro?
Good to see you, bro.
Hell yeah, bro.
It's been a whole year.
Yeah, man. For real, that's the crazy part about it. Like, I didn't even plan it like that. Like, literally,
it was natural because you wanted me to come before I came. I was the one that made it so.
Right. That's just, bro. I'm trying to tell you, it's destiny, bro. Like, that's what this year for real is about for me. Like, it's just been, like, honestly, just nothing stopping whatever's about to happen. For real. Like, I'm just living. You feel me?
That's why I took time back to get to that point. Mm-hmm. I'm on the same level. Mm-hmm. But it just happened.
Yeah. We was talking back in the studio and shit, and we were like, you were talking about taking a break and shit. I had to do the same shit, bro. Like, you get to a point where you like, let me take a step back. Like, I'm not happy with results.
But I didn't do it in a bad way. Like, normally when I take breaks, I'll just slack, and I use the time for other things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I replaced it, so I don't really feel like it was a waste, but we'll see. I'm about to start back, though.
Yeah, like shit, yo. Like, for me, I had to take the break just to get mentally right, stack some money up, cause I got tapped out for one point, and I was like, man, I don't like living to where I don't feel like I have a foundation and shit. So it's like I need to get to what I'm about to do business wise, because I already know the music is like, it's a chance. Like, it's not. I don't think it's a chance so much if you know what you're doing, but it's a thing that takes time. You know what I'm saying?
It's like steps. Mm-hmm. That's why. That was another reason why I wanted to be slower with music. You know what I'm saying? So that I can accurately do these steps.
And I hated going. I'm a person that don't like working like a regular job and shit. I can't do that shit.
I can't, bro.
Like, I cannot do that shit. So it's like, I had to figure out ways to I got into landscaping and shit. Like, I always like cutting grass. So it's like, I got lucky into a business. You know what I'm saying? To be able to run the business and things like that. So it's kind of like, I wanted to put myself in a position where I got my foundation, but still at the same time can chase my dreams. And
you always need that hustle to provide for the dream. Mm-hmm. But you can do hobbies too that you're good at. That's how I found new things that I didn't know I liked. Right. You know what I'm saying?
How'd you get into tattooing and shit?
Well, it's long story short. I wanted to go into the military when I was coming out of school, but I got in this fight and I got a felony before I was 18. But they charged me as an adult, so I went to jail for it. Everything.
Yeah.
So after that, I did get more tattoos, but it wasn't really the tattoos that stopped me. Going into the military was more or less the felony. They're like, you can't really. It takes 10 years to get it removed from the record. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, and that's just if they'll do it.
Right.
So after that had happened, I was already starting to get tattooed because I was 15 when I got my first tattoo.
Yeah.
So I just started getting tatted super crazy because I was so mad. You know what I'm saying? I was now I can tat my whole face. I'm not going to the military.
So you just started literally picking up a needle and just tatting yourself?
Pretty much. I had a friend that was doing a lot of my tattoos. He had worked at a shop before he just started doing his own thing. So he knew certain things to tell me when I started out, but he didn't show me anything. You know what I'm saying? He was just if you're gonna learn to do this, I would look into this first and then go from there.
So you just pretty much self-taught yourself.
Yeah, roughhoused it. I learned a little bit when I was locked up from other people because that's probably the most I got good when I was locked up.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
But I mean now I'm almost out on my professional level. You know what I'm saying? I'm apprenticeship by the start and all that.
How many years you think you've been doing this now? Over 10.
A long time, dog. And I didn't get really good till this year.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why music was weird to me because I was good from the start. But it's like any other thing you do. You mature in it and you feel differently than you did at the beginning. So it just makes you kind of, I guess, build yourself in a way.
Yeah, that's a fact. My other hobbies, I don't really have too many other hobbies besides I play soccer and shit. So
I play video games.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But this year I've gotten to the point where because I was smoking mad heavy over the past I would say 8-9 years to the point where I'm 10 blunts, 7 blunts a day, and I'm yo, I'm getting foggy. I know that's one of my problems.
It just makes you fall asleep. It doesn't do anything though.
And I know I'm getting unmotivated because I got to a point where I was man, I don't feel like doing shit.
It makes you dumb lazy.
Yeah, yo, so I had to cut back and get my control over it again and shit. Weed was one of the things which is accessible always. So it's just it's hard, but like I realized I could move at a different pace. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like when I move at a different pace, already I feel like I got like I move like for some reason when I get trained in something, I can't stop doing that shit.
Yeah.
Like I had to keep going. Like I can't
I'm
sleep.
the same way.
You know what
I'm
I'm
like
saying?
hard headed. That's
Yeah,
how I would describe it.
Like I cannot sleep sometimes. Like I've only slept 2 hours, 3 hours, and then I'm right back to it. Like my mind just won't rest. So
that's when I get my best work done though.
exactly.
No bullshit.
And I realized I tap into that more when I'm not high all the fucking time. Like I was masking all of that.
It dulls it. Like it like makes it not exist.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Yep.
That's how I feel like
take the drive away. So like once I still of course you still gotta get the edge off and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like 2 blunts in right now. Super fried.
You gotta get the edge off and shit, man. Like, but like once you gain control, like once I got control over, it's like now, man, like I'm really got the energy. Like this year, bro, man, shit's about to happen. I feel like when I first played, when I first did soccer and shit, and I went to the tryout, man, and I made a team. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's like for a whole year I trained. And I cut off everybody.
Once you do that, you got to make like little goals for yourself. So you know what I'm saying. Once your pace gets there, you can start doing like multiple ones at once. That's how I am. But I had to do the same thing. I had to like reevaluate everything before like I decide what steps I want to move.
Exactly. Once you take a step back and like really figure out what it is that you want, type shit. Like sometimes we just. As people, we always want to get the results fast and shit.
Yeah, that's why them step backs are depressing, bro.
Yo.
And you know when they come because you don't want to do nothing, bro. You're like, fuck, man, I'm gonna have to get it back together,
bro. It's the realness to
it. Look,
it.
I done cut half my hair off, bro. I'm going through it, dog. I'm like, I don't know what the hell is going on.
Yeah. Like sometimes, like how old are you now?
I'm about to be 27 next month.
Okay, so yeah, we around the same age. Like, I feel like, dog, once you hit about 26, 27, you go through a life change, and it's like you kind of going through it mentally, trying to figure out, I guess it's like finding yourself in a way. Like,
I feel like when you go from like 18 to 21, like to me, when I was 18, I was already 21. So it's like my midpoint of my 20s. Like at the beginning, it's like your freedom stage where you like are an adult, so you do what you want. But you make all the wrong decisions.
Yeah.
So it's like once you get to your mid-20s, you start realizing that because you be like, damn, a lot of the people you thought were gonna do certain things didn't, and it's like, damn, you start realizing things you don't do. You know what I'm saying? That could be better.
Yep.
So it's like after your mid-20s, I feel like that's where I'm at now. Like I'm about to be 27. I'm just now like have my mind made of what I really want to do, and I'm focused. But it took me like I said, like 2 years, basically, like a good year and a half solid to like get myself together.
Right. And like a lot of times when you get older, I feel like you start learning life lessons and shit. So then now when you attack something, you know what to.
Like you get like the red flags on things too, but I like it because it's like you can see the bullshit before it starts for yourself as well, not just what's around you.
Yep, that's a fact. Like fucking now with me, bro, I'm trying to like get rid of like some of the energy that's like holding me back. Like now when I'm moving at a certain pace, it's like I'm noticing like, damn, like this person's not really helping me like I need to be helped. Like you gotta. When you're moving and trying to accomplish something, you need to be around people that are trying to also accomplish, maybe not the same thing, but accomplish something at the same intensity,
like,
the same level.
I always try to match, like, kind of how I move or my goals. Like, everyone has their slow points, because I know people that'll, like, I've seen them make, like, 10 grand this quickly, and then they'll sit there with $1,000 for a month, like, struggling. I'm like, what are you doing?
Right.
But I know that they'll get back to it when they want to, at their own time, you know what I'm saying? That's how I am, so it's like, I understand it, but I know a lot of people, they'll get confused with that because the people around them's freaking out. They're like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, y'all supposed to support them. Like, that's not supporting somebody. It's making them not want to do anything.
Exactly. Like, support these days, like, what do you think about that? Like, do you ever get discouraged when you putting out your music when some people, like certain friends or stuff, don't support?
More or less now. At first, it's like when you first start doing music, you want to do it with everyone.
Rock music now and shit?
What I started doing is I try to mix it with rap.
Okay.
So that way it's like I'm not gonna probably do any rock songs, but my cousin, he does like guitaring like professionally. So what I started doing is I'll do my songs with my producers or whatever, and I'll have him play his guitar in the background over all the songs. So like you know how like guitarists do covers for some like rap songs?
Yeah.
It's basically like that, but he's more or less just like kind of makes like a beat out of it.
Okay. Yeah, that's
some. I think 2 of the songs on this album he did it in.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, at least one.
That's dope. So like, do you listen to rap music, or is it like something that you just?
I mean, it would just happen, honestly.
Yeah,
like everybody kept, they're like the Juice WRLD phase, pretty much. Everybody wanted to.
It is like a blend. Most of it is a blend of it anyway.
Yeah. So like, my music like that I'll do like normally is like more screaming, like high energy music. So like, there's no way to morph that into a like calm.
So you find yourself to be more like an up tempo.
Yeah. So that's why I did what I did. Like, it's being creative. You know what I mean? Instead of like trying to like force myself to sound how I don't want to do.
Yeah.
I didn't. My own thing, and then I had a guitarist that knows what he's doing, do his own thing. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? And when we perform live, like, that guitar is really loud. So like, when I rap, you can barely hear what I'm doing because his guitar is so loud.
Right.
So like, when we do live performances, it's really nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, they wanted to honestly put a band together, like, for the next album and play over the songs, the whole band.
That would be hard. That's what I'm trying to get into, man. Live instruments when you're making the beats and shit, like
it catches certain attention, like certain beats, certain sounds.
Yep.
A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
So it's like that. When you know them, you can get creative with it. So it's like
you can really get that trumpet or whatever to really sound how you want it if you control it. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even know how the music's gonna sound. You know what I'm saying? We're to make it. So I'm like, if it sounds stupid, then that's something I'm gonna have to deal with. You know.
Hey, that's the point of creating. Like,
yeah.
If it is what it is when you create, like. That's why I'm like, now I'm trying to get so free with what I'm making. Like, I know
it makes it funner though. That's why I'm like. Worst case, like I said, people would just be like, damn, 30, that joint was some ass. You feel me? Like, don't do that again. Like, never
bro,
do that.
I hit you up like, bro, we gotta get in the studio together, yo, because like, I want to, like, people wouldn't expect us to do music. You know what I'm saying?
But like, that's what I wanted to start doing, because that's what people fail to realize when they first start doing music is the people that you're supposed to build with the people around you. You're not supposed to go to other places and look for people that you don't know. You know what I'm saying? But it's like he was saying earlier, like there's so many people with them little like inner beefs and animosities or certain people that it can stir problems. But I'm at a point where I'm past that. You know what I mean? Like I've been telling my friends this year it caused a lot of trouble. Like if you got a problem with somebody, if I don't, it doesn't mean I do. You feel me? Unless like they did something really grimy to like my friend, and like I couldn't be like, oh, okay, you're a cool guy.
That's exactly how I am, man. Like I have no animosity to people who you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's no point to waste energy on that. Like I'm at a point where it's like I put out as much energy as I can. So like when I can't handle it, like I have to take a step back. So I make sure like I can handle what I'm like dealing with. You know what I'm saying?
That's the same thing I am. Like learning that as you get older. Like like I really don't like to be around.
Now I see why like old people don't want to do anything.
Exactly.
Like, when you're younger, like you first like get drunk with your family or smoke or whatever. You want to do it, already see it. Like don't want to do it.
This music shit, bro, I wouldn't be out at all. Like I have a 10-year plan for myself, bro. I've been putting it together since my whole little hiatus. I've been putting it together, dog. Once all I gotta get is to hit a certain amount of money, bro. I'm going back to, my family's from Trinidad. I'm going back to Trinidad, building me a little fortress. Man, you ain't gonna see, hear from me, bro. I'm peace.
Bro, I seen this, like, they have, like, a legit fortress for sale. It was in, like, the United Kingdom, but it had, like, a helicopter pad and, like, its own boat for it. I'm like, bro, that's the perfect pad. I'm like, no one can bother you.
That's all I want, bro. That's all I want. Like, I want it to be where you gotta go through a hassle to come visit me. Like,
no bullshit, bro. Like, I still have to deal with that. Like, people just come in to, like, pull up on you just because they're like, oh, I just want to hang out.
Right.
Bro, look, I'll lock the door. I'll pretend to sleep. You got to wake me up, bro. Like, I'll ignore all that knocking, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's this place in Trinidad that I want to move to. Like, I had a vision of it since I was young, bro. Like, you got to go up a mountain, and plus it's outside the city, like a 3-hour drive. So you gotta go. You gotta fly to Trinidad.
Only family's gonna take that unless you're like really close with somebody.
Ain't nobody coming out that joint.
I had one of my good friends move to Hawaii, and he's been inviting me, and I don't like this Hawaii. I've never even been, but I don't want to take that like time off to go out there. So I'm like bullshitting. So I know for a fact with what you're doing, bro, you ain't gonna have nobody bothering you.
I'm telling you, that's what I want, man. I might have one big shabam, like right. I'm gonna have everybody, everybody fuck with y'all be there. You know what I'm saying? And then after that,
they're like
I doubt anybody's
like a reunion. That's
I doubt anyone's. Everybody gonna be like, bro, we had to fly a helicopter. We had to drop. We almost ran off the road trying to come up this. Bro, yeah.
That's why I think it's funny because it's like when you look at the reunions, like when you're with somebody every day, you don't really see like the bullshit and stuff. It's like you take 5 years off, you see them, you like, damn, bro, you look like you've been smoking crack, dog. Like, what happened? You know what I'm saying?
But sometimes it's good to have friendships like that, bro. Like, I don't understand why some people would hate, like I deal with some friends that don't agree with you being distant because you're like, if you're not in the same world, like, I'm focused over here. Like, we could come back.
What I'll do with that is I'll be open about it to them because one thing about me is like I won't always tell what's going on. So it's like when I don't want to do things, like after the third or fourth time of me being like I don't want to do this, people be like, "Damn, what's up with you? Like all these plans, dog, bullshit." And so I'll just try to more or less let them know when like I just want space because those types of people will be like so hovering. Like if you don't tell them something's wrong, they're gonna want to know. Like, oh, there's something wrong.
Yeah,
I agree with you on that though.
Like you definitely gotta like. It's like people will just they'll try to almost like now what I'm dealing with is they don't want to necessarily be around until when they want to be around.
And they'll guilt trip you. I'm dealing with the same thing, bro. And it's hard. It's a hard place to be in because when you have to be mean, it's like that time. Like that's when you put your foot down, and it's like. It's a hard time to do that. You know what I'm saying? Especially to like people you're close with, because that's who I normally get it from. It won't be like people I can be like, oh, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? We argue, but it's like somebody I'm like, damn, bro, I don't argue with this person.
Right.
Like it's somebody I care about more or less. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like for me, like family, my family's like not really to the point where they want to necessarily like we're not like totally close. So it's like cool, but. What I want to do is eventually get to a point where I have enough money where I can just bring the whole family together. Because I feel like we need to have more, especially this COVID shit now, it's hard to do shit like that.
Honestly, I'm in the same boat as you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What you said is how I'm pretty much dealing with it too. So it comes down to money, like you said. It's that, like, you have to, like, humble yourself. This is, like, the first time in my life where it's, like, I want to do good, but it's like I still have to force myself a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's like I still have my days where I want to like go off track, but
you almost gotta do for yourself to be able to do for others. Like
it's like time is so valuable once you start realizing it in your own terms. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like worrying about everyone else.
Yeah, and like I've thought it to myself, like if we're both here, then it's not really gonna help us out. One of us gonna be fucking broken, and the other one's not. And I'm gonna be broken, and now you're not. Then I'd rather try to take the step to go up here. So like now there's some that I can give you something that maybe you can get up here.
The thing with that's why I try to make now, like when I cut my circle off, I try to make different types of friends. So it's like. I'll make a mechanic friend. So now when my car's messed up, he can help me, but when he wants to come to like for music tasks, whatever, he can come to me. So instead of being like around all tattoo artists and all rappers, that we have like nothing to bring to the table because we're all doing the same thing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Everyone, it just brings animosity for real. When everyone's on the same level, especially with men, no one's really gonna get along. It's gonna be two groups. It's always like that. So I just feel like now it's like if you make friends with people who already established themselves doing their own thing, you don't have to worry about them trying to like fuck you over or you know what I'm saying, do something grimy more or less.
Right, exactly. Like man, I tell you what, like life is like it's like a lesson every single day. Like even when you think you got that shit, but
it gets worse because when you get older, like instead of learning the lessons, like. I feel like learning the lessons is the painful part, but the like emotional part is the worst because it's like then you have to deal with situations now instead of like acting childish and getting mad or kirking out. You just have to deal with any drama that comes at you like the best way you can. So it's like it does make it hard, but I feel like after you do it for a while, it's just like kirking out. It's what you're used to. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
Like now, it's like when someone gets mad, like if there's no reason to get mad, just laugh at them. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like, and I joke around a lot, so like I'll like sometimes I'll like act like I'm mad at somebody just to see like, you know what I'm saying? If they get mad, right, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I feel like it's all a mood thing too. Like if you're just negative, like people like that are negative, they're gonna be negative unless they want to, you know what I'm saying, not be that way.
That's a fact.
So I try to stray away from negative people too, for real.
That's a fact. Me too, bro. Like if you're, cause what you like talk about is gonna end up happening. So like if you're always saying like, you know, my day's fucked up or like different things. Like sometimes that's gonna keep on. It's gonna keep on bringing that on.
With me, I'm not a morning person, so I have to like activate myself in the morning. Like, I have to have coffee.
Yeah.
Like I might have to do like 10 push-ups, like walk around the house a couple times in the cold, like no shirt or anything, to like get myself prepared for the day. Cause like I'm that person when I wake up. If you talk to me, I'll just stare at you. I'm like, I don't know what's even happening, bro. I'm like, why did you wake me up? Like, what is going on?
I feel you, yo.
So I feel like it kind of relates to that too, in a way.
Yeah, like definitely, like sometimes you should have like positive affirmations or something. Like you tell yourself, like it's anything. And when you think your problems are bad, like other people are going through worse problems anyway. So
I'll try to joke on myself. Like if I know something's gonna go wrong, I'll be like, great, it's gonna go wrong. Let's all get ready for this to go wrong. You know what?
Figure out the solution.
Yeah,
like that's
I'll be like the dog shit's on the floor, bro. Like I don't want to clean that. Like I didn't want it to happen, but it's like you gotta just do it. Like I'll clean up the dog shit. You feel me? Like fuck it.
It still be hard sometimes, bro. Cause like I cracked my iPhone like I think it was a couple weeks ago,
I just did it today.
My shit, the sensor fucked up too, yo. So I couldn't even, bro. I was so blown. And it's like, yo, I gotta edit everything off my jaw. I'm like, damn.
I broke my tattoo tablet a month ago. I raged out.
Yeah, bro.
First time ever. Bro, it kept not loading. It kept not doing what I wanted it to do. Yeah. One slam on the ground, the whole screen fell off. I was like,
bro.
Hey, I almost cried. I was on the ground. I was like, why did I just do this? She's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I'm retarded. I broke my tablet. I'm like, I got too mad. But I notice with myself when I'll get ready to like rage out like that, like I'll start getting either like I'll shake or like I'll get really mad and I'll get hot. So when I start getting that way, normally I'll cool off. You know, breathe, drink some water or something. Don't think about it. It's like with me, if I keep like letting it be that way, I just get madder. So I have to refrain from it. So it's like, it was funny, like, I told her, like, that was, like, a lesson to me, because I'm like, I don't normally act like that. She's never seen me act like that. Right. So she was confused, like, you really did that? Like, I'm like, yeah, bro, like, I kirked out. Like, I couldn't like
it. Like, it happens, yo, it happens. Like, I'm the same way, like, a lot of people who see me mad, be like, yo, that's not your person. I'm like, it's not, because
it's not a nice
it's not
person.
My personality,
Ugly,
but it's like, I know I have different traumas in my life, so like I know I got built up energy.
Yeah.
And
no, we'll tell our dogs that, like when they're being bad or mean, we'll be like, you're doing it. Like you can tell, because it's like there's people who will like just have their days where they'll pick with you, and then there will be that person that will always pick with you. Yeah. And they won't stop. Yeah. Like so, it's like you're forced to.
I had to learn that, yo. My mom tell you to get suspended a lot, only because I was not.
It's better to avoid them for real.
You know when niggas was joning and shit, bro?
Yeah.
And it wasn't like I got picked on in school, like, but when niggas start joning, I didn't even know how to jone back for real. So
you're a target, dog.
I'm just taking it. I'm taking the joint and I'm just internalizing the shit. I mean, I'm a fucking. One day I'm gonna punch this nigga in the fucking face. Look, and sometimes I'll just get that mad, yo.
It probably works.
Oh, yeah, this niggas,
I'm like,
niggas know I just,
like, it's all fun and games until you piss somebody off. They're gonna fight like no joning for a week. Like
I've been in fights in front of my house. Like I tried to fight before she would come home. You know what I'm saying? Like
I was telling my son just the other day because he just turned 9, so he got like bullied for the first time. So he's like. He's always used to me like being crazy. So like when he told me, he's like kind of like Dad, like this dude, like you know what I'm saying? He's like kind of like messing with me, man. So I'm like, what I told him is I told him to ignore him because he said he's normally like they're cool most of the time. Right. So I was like, he's probably just having a bad day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, see how tomorrow goes.
Exactly.
So he ignored him the next day. The kid ended up punching another kid. You know what I'm saying? I was like, see,
most kids just want a reaction.
Yeah, so I told him because he's not like the type to do that. He's not the type to fight. So like, you could tell like if I was gonna tell him like, oh, you're gonna go punch him, he would have been terrified. Oh, damn, bro, like no. Yeah. So I didn't want to stress him out, so I just gave him the best advice I could give him. You know what I'm saying?
My thing was always like I felt like I had like this fucking ego shit that I gotta like I'm still working. I'm still working on that shit, bro. Like if someone challenges me, bro, it's like bro. It's like a yo. Like I'm trying to really control that.
I call it like my retard. Yeah, it's like my retard, bro.
Yeah.
Like
we got it as men, yo.
Yeah,
like, it's like one of the things like we just.
It's like hard head for no reason.
Exactly.
Like that's why I don't call it hard headed. It's just like it makes no sense. Like no one will understand it at all, but you. So it's like hard to like. For you to comprehend it. I didn't really start seeing it on myself till like the last year, honestly. Like I couldn't work on it for a long time. Yeah. It's like, dog, I try to ignore so much shit because it's like I know, like your ego was just feel like if someone's you at the bar, right? Someone's talking shit to you. You know how hard it is to fucking walk away from that shit, bro? And I'm like, yo, the older I get, I'm like, the more I can't be doing reckless shit because I'm like, now, like, it's a lot more consequences. 2 years in county for beating up some crack at a bar, bro. I can't. Yo. I'm like, I just gotta, like, let him beat somebody else up or something. You know what I'm saying? No bullshit, yo, because, like, dog, I've been in situations the last fight I've been in was probably, like, it might have been, like, 2 years ago. Like we had a show or whatever, and then somebody did something, and we just pounced on dude. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, you can tell when it's coming. Yeah. I can tell because I'm like that. I get in a fight like once every year or two, but it's like one and it's random. It's not planned. Like it will just happen. But I'll get this like feeling where I'll know it's coming. Like, yeah. So it's like it's kind of a scary feeling, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, oh my god. Hope I don't go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all about where it's at, yo. Like it's like, yo, like if you like, like back in the day, me and my homies used to like sometimes niggas would get mad at each other and they just, the niggas would tussle and shit. Yeah, like, we had like a specific friend's house or like a spot. Like when I was like young, like middle school, we had like this dirt hill like behind these like apartments we would go fight at. Yeah. And it was so, I don't know, like now that I'll look at it, because like I'll drive past it. So like I'll see it and I'm like, why the fuck did we go fight over there? Like, bro, we would get cut up by sticks and bushes, rocks, like crazy shit, bro. Like for no reason, we could have just fought in a normal ass spot, like behind the apartments or something, bro. Yeah, I'm telling you, as kids, bro, we would definitely like. As boys and men, even like smoking weed, you would go like hide to smoke weed. Like, bro, I don't give a fuck now. Like, I tell you, I'll smoke like right outside my mom's house if she don't want me to smoke. Kids is lucky nowadays, bro. For real. Like man. The only thing is the 21 they can't get their damn roll ups. Yeah, I didn't really agree with that rule. I'm like, that sucks. But like now that I look at it, like we didn't have anybody to give us cigarettes, so we was stealing for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? We go up a carton from Walmart, it would last us for like a month. You know what I'm saying? I never had that. Maybe because we always was cool with like older kids and shit. I never had the problem of getting to whatever I got to get to. That's a shame though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was 14, rough, get whatever. Like, we would just like pick who had to do it. We was like, you got to get the cigarettes, just bro. Just give it to us. Like, hey, as long as you had the money or whatever, niggas ain't care. Like, well, I did that at first, bro, but like, I don't know. It was like 50-50. Like some people would get it from me sometimes. Then you got the people that would be like, oh, they're out front trying to get people to buy them cigarettes. So I feel like more or less like with me, that's how I am. Like if I get tired of shit, I'll just do it my own way. Yeah. And it wasn't the correct way, but it's I couldn't buy them. So like, what do you want me to do? What else you can do? Like I had a cigarette. I'm like 15. I'm like, I need cigarettes, bro. Man, what else I'm stealing them, dog. I got to. Hey, I can't pay for it. I believe sometimes, bro. Like if you got to get that charger from Walmart, I hope they don't catch me for this. Bro, I bought one from 7-Eleven. They wanted $20 for a cord. I'm like, are you bugging these last like one month? That's why I gotta go take a piss break, yo. Like, you feel me? Like, dog. Like, no, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, y'all making millions and millions of dollars. Sometimes it happens. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kodak did it the other day. He stole candy bars. I had to see if I still got it, bro. Like. Sometimes it's just those little come-ups. It's not going to really affect nobody. It's not affecting shit. Yeah, it's like the just, DoorDash, bro. We had a little DoorDash come up for a second. Yeah, you know those are the best. Yeah, I don't do it like to like do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like if they really fuck my shit up, like I'll go get my food. Because it'll always be by, but then I'm going to be like, I didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm going to get my do it if you're really hungry, yo. We ain't had no, like, hey, man. Like, bro, they fuck me all the time. I tip and all that. So, like, I deal with a lot of bullshit, like missing food. They don't give a fuck food, bro. Exactly. Like I be blown, dog. Exactly. And on top of that, like the Chipotle, they making them shits all day anyway. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They have like big bags to like prepare all that. It really does not cost them.
It does not cost them nothing. Literally,
any business is like that.
And then the corporate people, these niggas is fucking got billions of dollars. Like, come on, bro. Like,
they branched out.
Don't even pay the workers. Like, at least your workers can at least not worry about they. And
they have like strict working schedules and stuff. Like, I don't think you can really like joke around. You can't really like. It's not like regular jobs.
Yeah, it's like Chick-fil-A. What do they pay at Chick-fil-A, yo?
My brother worked there. I forgot. I think it was decent.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
what
think
I
he
figured.
really complained. I think it was $15 an hour. I'm pretty sure.
That's not bad.
But you got to deal with my pleasure. Every single person you see. You know what I'm saying? At first, he said it was weird, but he was like, once you get used to it, it's not really a big deal.
Yeah.
Because people just want their food. They don't want to talk to you. So they're not paying you no mind. They're like, this dude won't shut up. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he's like, after like, I'd say like 2 weeks, he was cool with it. He worked there for like 6 months, I think. He moved to Florida now. That's why he stopped working there. But he liked it. Like, he wasn't a motivated person, so it made me like feel like it was a good job. You know what I'm saying? Because he was like, he ain't missed no days, nothing.
Yeah, I feel you on that, yo. Like, I think the best job I had, might have been, I would say it was FedEx. I worked at FedEx for a while. Like, that junk, like, it was cool because I was by myself on a daily, just driving. But it was like
I had to drive a lot.
Yeah, I had my route was out Kinsale
and the trucks are probably dumb as shit to drive, bro. I had
a good one, but it's a box truck, so it's still fucking dumb as shit. So it's like fucking I had to go all the way out Kinsale, Hague, Virginia. That shit's like all the way past King George. Like,
I've been out there. I did a tattoo party out there, bro. We had to drive. They made the bridge. It was like a strip of wood and down the mountain, bro. She was like having an anxiety panic attack. She's like, I can't do it. I'm like, look, I'm
out the car. I truck over this jump, bro. Every day, man. Like back there, out there, bro. It's like literally
no signal, neither, bro. Nope. For 20 minutes, I was like, this is some wrong turn.
The whole day, bro. Like I would have to save my podcast and shit. Cause I would listen to podcasts all day long to save my shit, and because as soon as I get out past King George, nothing. I'll be like, yo, how do niggas live out this, yo? I didn't know they had this shit.
Bro, even with Wi-Fi out there, it was slow. Like, when we got to our destination, like, I couldn't rock like that for, like, 3-4 hours. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, y'all got Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Like,
it's crazy how the phones do that to you now, bro. Like, I can't deal without my phone now because it's like, it's so much, everything's on that shit.
Well, look, have you started putting the Do Not Disturb on?
Yeah.
Okay, it changes the game. So, look, you got to just start not looking at it. That's how you train yourself. Yeah. So, like, before, I would miss shit sometimes. So, it started like that, and then it gets, like, to the point where you always got your phone. And I don't like being like that. You know what I'm saying? I like missing calls and shit sometimes, bro. Like, I like being like, you know what? For 2 days, I didn't know where my phone was.
The one thing about when I was smoking a lot, bro. Like, nigga, you could... Bro. Sometimes I'd be like, yo, this show got me.
It would be bad. Like, I would forget to do shit like important shit. Like, I will remember like 2 minutes before. Like, I'll be chilling, I'll be doing something, I'll look at the time. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta be ready, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit.
That shit gets you like, sometimes it gets you so leveled, like you're like, man.
It's kind of fun living like that, though. Like, I kind of enjoy it.
But that's where I'm like, all right, 10 years.
Yeah. You gotta cut back. That's what I started doing. I stopped smoking blunts and stuff. Now, I smoke papers and bowls. Just bowls,
I started doing that too. Same thing.
I was smoking easily a half a week. Like, easily. Now, I'm... like a quarter less. Sometimes I'll have a gram left a week.
That's
but
good,
I look at it this way. So when you're smoking heavy like that, right? I was coughing. My shit's fucked up from coughing. I would smoke like 7-8 blunts a day, bro. So instead, since now I get less weed, I just buy more expensive top shelf weed.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the $100 quarters.
And sometimes that's when you're not finishing the blunt at that point.
But you can limit yourself. Like, you have one bowl pack of that, bro. I'm like, shoot, I can't get out of that. Like, I'm like, can I get up and go do what I gotta do?
I learned smoking around like my friends and my cousins and shit. So it's like, they was always smoking blunts and backwoods and shit. So that's where I came up. That's all I knew.
That's what I came from. They're the ones that taught me to be this way because they started doing it. Like, the person that smoked the most weed I know in my life, he's the one he's down to an eighth a day, bro.
Yeah.
Like, this is a dude that had like pounds of weed, did not care. And like, now it's like, he smokes like specifically only an 8, and he doesn't even finish it half the time. I'm like, it's crazy. But when I started doing it to myself, like with the quarter and shit, like I'm cutting back, I seen it. I'm like, damn, it's smarter for real if you think about it.
And I started realizing, bro, like when I like don't smoke for like a lot. Like, damn, I forgot what I was about to say. I already got me fucking high, bro.
Yeah. No, that monkey's fire. That
I was literally just about to say some shit, dog.
But look, I look at it this way, too. Like, the way you can limit yourself to still do what you're going to do, you have to do that with money. Mm-hmm. When I started doing it with money is when I got good with saving.
That's the key. That's a life key that you learn, too. Like, you can actually make a lot of things work.
It's like, all in your mind, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, if you tell yourself you don't want to do shit, you're going to have to go through the hard way because that's why when people tell me, like what we were saying earlier, you're not being yourself, when I start being that negative person and being that way, once I realize it is when I'm around all negative people and I'm like, bro, these are not the people I like. You know what I'm saying? Like we got, like, let's say, like, I'll be around my friends now. I might not have, like, let's say I forgot to bring, like I forgot to bring a mixtape or something. I forgot something, right? I'll have one of my friends that will have it already. You know what I'm saying? Because they will know I will forget it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're prepared. But when you're around people who are lazy, you have to be the one to do everything for everybody because you know that you can't rely or count on anybody. You know what I'm saying? If you can't trust them, they're going to more or less rely on you. You know what I'm saying? Because you hustle or you do something that you do.
That's a fact.
So I had to look at that and a lot of people who do hustle and they'll spend their money on the wrong things. Like, I see that all the time. Like, I know a dude, as soon as he gets his paycheck, spends it and will live off $100. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, that is not good, dog.
You start learning that. Like, a lot of times, like, I felt like work did that to me a lot of times. Like, it makes you feel like you gotta justify going to fucking work. I want to have fun now. Like,
well, it would make me. That's why I would sacrifice my fun because if you work a job, you're gonna miss a lot of the good days because most of them are gonna be like Fridays or like Monday. You know what I'm saying? People just coming from the weekend are going to it. So once I started missing out on fun, I started learning things that I like to do alone. I would put money into that now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's not something I feel like people can just like plan for. I feel like it's a maturity thing more or less.
That's a fact.
Because it's like when you have that group of friends that want to go out, they're like drawn to you. Like you have to go out with them. You know what I'm saying? Or it's not going. You're not going to fit with them. Like it's not going to work out.
That's a fact.
So I feel like more or less, like if you want to save money and stuff, you're gonna have to limit yourself. Like honestly,
you're gonna have to. And learn to live what you need. Like don't get extra. Like,
but always build too, because like you can start your one business you like the most, and then you can save from that and open a second. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
People just, I feel like they don't have like their one goal that they want, they can't place it. Like I have that problem a lot too because I hustle. Like I can tattoo, I can rap, I can sell weed. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I got to do, you know what I'm saying? I can work a job. I can do many types of hustles, but it's like when you keep small amounts of energy in each one, it'll drain you and you're not doing what you need to do. You got to have a main energy and your main money maker, and then your extra energy you have left, you put into the other. That's how I do it.
That's a good key, man. That's a good key. Like I'm learning that with everything I'm doing because like sometimes I feel like I got burnt out before because like I'm doing podcasts, I'm producing podcasts, I'm trying to work on music.
Well, another good thing is you got to look for those hustles, their hot points, because every hustle has a slow point. Music too, bro. Like that's what made me take a year off. You know what I'm saying? There's always slow points and hot points with tattooing. Summertime, hot point. Wintertime, before everyone goes back to school and stuff, it's a dead zone. I'm doing no appointments almost. So I'll do music and other things, you know what I'm saying? I'll even work jobs if I have to. If I don't want to hustle, you know what I'm saying? Or like stress myself out doing stuff. So I feel like it's just more or less how you think about it, you know what I'm saying? You got to make like a plan for it. You can't just wake up and be like, I'm gonna do that tomorrow, but not the day after. You know what I'm saying? You gotta like motivate yourself.
You gotta do it. You gotta stick to the plan and execute, man. A lot of times we might have a something we want to do, but we never execute that shit.
And you'll be so close to doing it. I've seen people like be so close to accomplishing something and quit, and I'll be like, "What are you doing,
Quitting, man. That was something me and my mom talked about earlier. It's like once you quit, that's it. Like you ain't about to do. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't know what's about to happen.
But I feel like more when you're younger and you quit on things, you don't really understand making those final decisions. So it's like some things you would quit on and you would come back to when you get older. Yeah. But it's like when you get older, when you quit on things, like it's like cutting people off. Once it's done, it's done. You know what I'm saying? Once you're older, because like if I lose interest in something, I no longer want to be a part of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
At all. Like,
exactly.
So I feel like it's just a mindset thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure, man. So before we get out of here, man, you got anything else to tell the people?
Be on the lookout. I'm going to drop something on my birthday, March 7th.
Okay.
I was going to record today, but some things happened. But I have, as you already know, there was a year where I dropped 10 tapes, bro. I got songs on songs. Like, we've done songs people probably haven't heard. You know what I'm saying? And we're about to do more. Like, I got stuff loaded, but I would say March is going to be when I start dropping. Like, when shit's going to go down.
Okay, hell yeah.
So just be on the lookout for that, and then, you know, shout out JLD, man.
Hell yeah, man. Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to you, bro. Hell yeah, I appreciate you for coming, man. Hell yeah, bro. So this is episode 80. What's this podcast? Damn, that sounds weird.
But we got drunk last year. We got high this year.
Yeah.
We doing good, bro.
I felt like I had to get you to come back because I'm like, yo, last time it wasn't even so.
But next year we're gonna be in here rapping and shit.
Exactly.
We're gonna elevate every
We're
gonna be looking at our phones the next day like, wilding out.
Exactly. So episode 80. What's this podcast? David Lamont. Peace.